What is up, my fellow Tolkien nerds and fellow Skylander nerds? Let's talk about episode 11 of Kamen Rider Zeztz. This was a really good episode. I mean, it definitely... Okay. It answered a couple questions from last week, but then it also gave us new questions this time around. So, let's get to it. The first thing is... I kind of liked... Okay. There wasn't a whole lot of funny bits to this episode, other than Fujimi and Taro, the dreamer, kind of interrogating each other to see who gives off more information. And, I mean, it works. It works, to say the least. I thought it was pretty fun. I also did like that it was more... sympathizing with the dreamer this time around, because when Baku was talking to Taro and saying that he was the guy infiltrating his dreams, which I don't know if they should do a different word than infiltrate, because infiltrate seems like more of a bad word or anything, but I mean, yeah, you let me know what you think about the whole infiltration thing. But I'm rambling. I apologize. But I think that him connecting with the dreamer did help. And I did enjoy that because it sympathized with the dreamer, Taro. Because he is a amateur painter, I believe. And the 3 paintings were his greatest works. Although I believe they were counterfeit. I've seen it said that he made counterfeits. But I'm not sure about that, to be honest with you. But it was good. Like, those are good paintings, to say the least. Counterfeit or not, they were still good. And I'm kind of surprised that Nox was really a big deal in these 2 episodes. Like, we kind of gave more depth to Nox as a character, because he was the one that donated the paintings. But then they were also used for the national secret, which I have mixed feelings about that. What is the national secret exactly? We know it's a room that was revealed when Nox destroyed the paintings, but then put some blue liquid on them. I don't know what that stuff was, to be honest, because whatever it was technical, and it unlocked the door. So I'm a little confused about that. Like, what's the deal with that? What was in the room is the question. Because we saw like a clue board pointing to different landmarks. And then we saw a classified file. But not only that, we saw that the Nox Invoker, I think, the belt that Nox will use to transform into Nox Knight next episode, which I'm actually kind of excited for. This is one of those situations where we've been anticipating this one, and we're finally going to see the suit in action. I got thoughts about that, but I'll save them for next week. But I think for what it was, I'm still confused. I'm still a little curious about the whole national secret. And definitely seemed like Zero was a big part in this, because he was trying to push Baku into getting back the national secret. Is it because that he knew that the belt was in there? Or is there something else to it? Either way, Zero was definitely more of a player in this episode. I used the word with quotation marks because he's the guy in charge of code. I understand that. but it was definitely pushing it. He was more about the mission of the secret, more toward instead of protecting Dreamer. So, Foul's Play mentions that did raise the suspicious on Zero, and I'm not going to argue that. So, I'm curious about that. Another thing I did like is the fight choreography with Baku and Nightmare. That was really good too. Starting off with Barrier, basic. I mean, it was fair use. Protecting Dreamer makes sense. Surprisingly enough, I'm curious to know what would happen if he got the Barrier cap sooner. But as in the past, we know what happens, so we know what to expect from here. And the way they describe the Wonder Capsule. For one, we finally have all four, I'm going to use this term as a reference to the four main alternate suits. The four colored suits. Impact, Stream, Recovery, and now Wonder. I view those four as like the main base colored suits. There's layered colored suits like Transform, Wayne, Machinery, and Projection, but those are more like add-ons to the colors. Wonder is the base paradigm form. So that's how I view it. If you view it as something else, let me know. But in case, I love that it was used in this episode. And yeah, I kind of figured it was gonna have to deal with shrinking and growing. But the way that the capsule was described to be, it was supposed to be more, you never know what you're gonna get capsule. Mysterious powers. So, I'm curious about that. Oh, not only that. Along with the belt that Nox got, we did see a new capsule. I've heard it was called Erase. Correct me if I'm wrong. So, where does that fall into the lines? Because it's not red, blue, green, or purple. It's like, it's kind of like, dark metallic brown, I think. Not like copper. It's more like just a shiny brown. It sounds weird, but I'm sticking with it because that's how I describe it. So I'm curious to know what that one portrays too. But we'll see. I did like the fight sequence. I think that was done brilliantly. Also, I mean, it was fun to watch, but I can understand the pain in the butt aspects of taking out the capsule, making it grow, putting it into the Zeztz breakum, spinning it to get it shrunk down. I can see the pain in the butt process, but, it was fun to watch. It definitely gave me like, what's that one movie called? Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, I think? Yeah, I believe that was what it was called. When the adult accidentally made a machine to shrunk the kids. It kind of gave me that vibe. But more in a superhero action sequence. Or better yet, scratch that whole thing. Ant-Man. It gave me a whole Ant-Man vibes. My bad. I'm so sorry. But that's my mind process. I'm telling you, off script, this is just how I roll. If you like what you see, let me know. If you don't, I can understand. There's other YouTubers out there that'll do a better job than what I could do. I'm just giving my thoughts because I love Zeztz for what it is. I'm enjoying it. Nem was Nem and Minami? Yeah. Nemu and Baku's sister were very little in this episode. I think them was very short time near the end, and Baku's sister only had one scene in this episode. But I am curious to know what would happen when she finds out about the closet, because they were hinting it. She was like, okay, I'm gonna check it out, see what's going on. No, I can't. I mean, I can respect that. You're curious about what's going on, but you don't want to invade your brother's privacy. I get that. But yeah, it was wholesome, and this whole episode was wholesome. Just the backstory of the painter, the sister, and all that. But I'm definitely curious to know what's going to happen now, since Nox has the Night Invoker, the new belt, the new capsule, and what's going on with Zero. We still know very little about Zero, but hopefully by the next couple of episodes, we'll get more of what's going on. Someone mentioned he might be like a Guy or Gyari situation. I mean, I could see that. I just don't want him to be like the main bad guy at the end of the show, because I don't know how would they do that, to be honest. But you know, it is what it is. That is my thoughts about episode 11, about Kamen Rider. Oh, wait. Sorry. I'm sorry. I forgot one other thing. I forgot to mention in the last episode, I did like how Baku was going into the dream. Because most of the time we just see him just fall asleep like that, and then, wait, he's in the dream. But now we get to see like a full process of him going into the dream. It's kind of cool, honestly. It's very visually, it was visually pretty cool. I don't know how many times they're gonna do that though. I'm kind of back and forth on it. You let me know. Would you rather see that more often in the upcoming episodes, or do you want it to not appear as much? So, you let me know. Now we get to the end. That was my thoughts about episode 11, about Kamen Rider Zeztz. You guys let me know what you guys think about this episode. And if you have any questions, please let me know. Until next time, take care.